How you doing? It's Rick from the Funded Project. We are here at the Paramount Theatre.
When people go up to the ballroom for events, they usually kind of get the indoors. In fact, we can do some. You already do some outside shots, did you?
Yeah, we're gonna get some outside shots on.
Okay. I can maybe fire up the marquee for you when it's time too. Make all the blinking lights blink.
Oh yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Let's go on upstairs.
It's a beautiful theater.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a pain to keep up though. It's old. I mean, the facade is beautiful, but boy, what you have to do to keep that facade up is just.
Well, that's for everything down here in the historic district. I came across that personally myself. I live down in the historic district, so yeah. When things get over 100 years old, it takes a little bit of maintenance and sometimes a lot of bit of maintenance.
It's really neat to see what they did 100 years ago too. This is our ballroom. We have a kitchen back there, but it's not a full-time kitchen. It's 6,000 square feet. We have fundraising, we have proms coming in, dances, banquets, weddings, we do it all in here.
Wow. And should we walk around over here?
Yeah, just make yourself at home and just
Yeah.
get those chairs out.
Tell me a little bit about some of the shows that have done in the ballroom besides the proms and stuff. What's some of the others?
Well, we've had, I have to think about it. We've done graduations in here. We had Ivy Tech graduation in the whole theater a year ago. Right. We were going to do it again last year, but COVID took us out. And the main idea of the ballroom was to have banquets. That's typically what we do. And gatherings. We have comedy acts in here, and church services. All kinds of things in here.
Is this like something that the public can rent out?
Oh yeah.
Too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We rent this out. Got some dirt.
We'll make sure there's a link in the description too on how to get in touch with them if you wish to rent this ballroom, because you can't find a better place anywhere around this town to find.
And what we have,
host events.
the highlight of this room, the disco ball, baby. You don't see those anymore.
Oh yes, yes. Dave, make sure we get the disco ball.
I'll turn it on. Go up. Yeah, I might go ahead and do that.
Absolutely. Of course, we're gonna have the disco ball on.
Yeah, that's funny. Everybody.
I'm not dancing to disco music. Don't even look at me like that.
That kind of gives your age. There you go. Start going around.
That's awesome. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
We do kind of want to take on stage too. This is like a part of that scene where
I don't have the lights on, but there's a whole stage up here. We got like a 16-piece band up here before. And we're getting ready to do, I don't know how much will be involved here, but we've been contacted for the Miss Indiana pageant. If they want to make the Paramount their home, they'll probably use the theater more than anything.
oh yeah, they definitely would.
But,
Yep. Yep. So just extra storage and stuff. So I mean, and plenty of space for it.
we have our festival of trees here at Christmas time, where professional decorators decorate trees and we auction them off as a fundraiser. We'll have 20 to 30 trees lined up here that are just unbelievable. Imagination some of these people have.
I might have to answer that sometime.
Yeah.
I might have to answer that sometime because I think I could give them a run for their money. What do you think, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Do you do it for someone?
I do it for myself. I use it. And if you've ever been down in flavor editing software, if you've ever been down by like 12 and Brown Delaware and the house with like really decked out fall Christmas lights up there?
I don't remember right now, but
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. Can you still do it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's strictly a fundraiser. We have people they'll start in
I just
June and
donated.
July. If you want to do a tree, come on up.
Definitely do.
We've had trees. I think the most expensive was like between $4,000 and $5,000 for people to do that just on a banquet environment. That's pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And appreciated. So that's we call that the Hardacre Ballroom. There it is, Hardacre Ballroom.
What's down over this side?
All right, this side is we call our prep kitchen. Like when we have a banquet in here, sometimes we'll have the dinners, the tables here for if it's a buffet.
Oh, okay.
If it's not over the shoulder serving.
Okay.
Let me get some lights.
We'll take a peek in there and see the kitchen too.
The kitchen is stainless steel, but it's called a prep kitchen because we don't have licenses to do full chefing and stuff.
Okay, so like an outside catering company
Yeah.
come in and
Yeah, we have caterers. And it's just roomy enough, they come in here and things, we got a nice machine when it works.
it's fine. It's like a good staging kitchen right here for you to be able to bring food in.
Prep kitchen. The only problem is we all have to use the same elevator that we just came up in, so. And when we did the restoration in the late 80s and early 90s, they did the ballroom first so they could start having events while they work on the theater, which was quite an experience. I'll show you the Marquis Room, and I'll show you something that isn't always open to the public, especially like at the holidays or special events. We have a train room.
Ooh.
A train building.
Bonus.
Yeah. And in fact, the guy that owns it is in his mid to late 70s, and he's going to pass it on to us. But it's so much work. I don't know if we'll have anybody that can help us take care of it. It's just here it is.
So if you're in the area and you know something about trains, you know, you could always make sure you reach out to us and contact us and we can put you in contact.
Here we are. We've got some stuff moving around here, but you can see there's all kinds of train villages. 2 or 3 years ago, his cyclone was he was just so proud of that cyclone down there that, and then he did the London Bridge the year after, which is right next to it. And you can walk in through there if you want to even look around. It's really amazing.
Definitely.
His name is Larry Davenport, and he calls it the village trains, the train villages. Let me get that chair out of the way for you, which will fall. Oh, he has a tribute to the towers over there. And on the other side, you'll see there's an airport. It's in the corner right now. And here's the London Bridge. This whole section is for London. That was his cyclone that he was so proud of. And then he'll have, like there's a little, like he's got a billiards hall here, and he does all these little villages. And when we have tour groups, this is their highlight. This and the organ, you'll see.
Oh yeah.
This is his highlight. They've got all kinds of stuff.
Really neat. So he basically puts this on display and runs the train throughout the holiday season?
The holiday season is his main time. Here he has a drive-in theater, so you got all these cars up in the screen. Here's his karate school. He has a karate school here in town. He's got Payless Market, supermarket, all the things that people would recognize from around here. He's got a plane flying above the lake over there. I mean, he's quite an imagination. And it's more popular at Christmas time because that's when we have most of our family type things.
Oh yeah. Was this able to be open this past year, or did COVID kind of stop it?
We shut it down. Nobody's been here for a year. The last thing I think we did was it. No, we might have done something. We tried to do Festival of Trees here, but we didn't do here as much as we did. There's quite a bit of ideas that we could do.
Beautiful.
Back there is just storage and work room.
Oh, you know, you fans are going to want to just peek. They like that type of behind the scenes stuff.
Come on in.
They love the behind the scenes
I
stuff.
might show you there. Here's a big bridge, and then there's the lemon drop. Are you familiar?
Oh yes, I am familiar with the lemon drop.
And here's his Americanapolis International Airport.
Yes.
You can walk around here if you want to. You can see some of the stuff we've done. I'll get the light from here.
Okay. So there's just a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Extra speakers and everything else that's different stage props and everything.
And you can see if you look at the roof, we're talking about renovating this in our future plans. I mean, this could be a great meeting room and even a restaurant.
Oh, it would be a beautiful place.
With the windows out on it. There's a lot of trains and stuff.
Backup trains.
Yeah, backup trains. Storage seats. We took out some seats, as you will see, to expand our technical area. But we have no idea what the history is. I mean, look at the different. You got wood floor, you got concrete floor, you got linoleum, you got just all kinds
everything.
We don't know what all has gone on in these rooms. Maybe we don't want to know. There's an old brick wall, but there's a plaster wall, and the ceiling's coming down. And this is where we store a lot of our coat and our stuff for concession stands and stuff.
Okay.
And we have a lot of pianos that we're looking to get rid of.
The pianos are pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, we have. It's interesting. Sometimes you can't give them away. Where in the world did this come from? I have no idea where that came from.
That's the thing about theater. So we always figure out. You never know where some of the stuff.
Our resident ghost is Charlie.
Oh, Charlie?
And that might be
Charlie, the resident ghost.
Charlie,
He bought
the
us a
resident
love
ghost.
CD.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlie.
I gotta flip that switch as soon as you guys go on by. Okay.
Did you see the plane? The world. That one. There's so much detail. Watch this string right here, though.
Yeah.
So much history.
You need the lights, Jim? Okay. All right. And then just walk across here. This is what we call our Marquis Room.
It's called the Marquis Room.
Yeah. And
Do we know how some of these got their names?
get ready for their weddings in here. We've had training classes in here. We've had political introductions in here. It's just a really nice room, and the pictures, you know, a lot of artists don't give out pictures anymore.
Make sure you get a picture of the pictures.
We have about 5 times as many pictures that we just don't have room to put them up. And
Right.
these are this end down here. Of course, Ann Hardacre, she and Bill, her husband, had a lot to do with this theater. And then we got the Gaithers and about every country star you can think of that has been here. Johnny Cash numerous times. And who was the guy that? I think Gene Autry was here. What was his horse's name? Do you remember?
Oh,
He was here a couple times, Champion, I think. And Carl Erskine used to tell me he used to cost him a nickel to come in here and see a movie. Yeah. Well, he said it cost his group a nickel. One guy would pay a nickel, and then 4 guys would sleep in the side door with him. So
of course.
he confessed about 60
confessed
years
about
later.
that.
Yeah.
Did he pay the difference?
Yeah. I thought the interest would probably be an issue.
Well, yeah, the interest might be an issue. Yeah. Yeah. That's actually.
Jack Hanna was here a couple times. All his animals and stuff. A lot of gospel singers. A lot of like individuals, Bob and Tom. They had some great shows.
It's a great piece of history right here. Does the fireplace actually work?
It does, but we have to turn it on in years.
Kind of one of those
We're a little
things where
bit
it's kind of like
afraid.
afraid to turn it
Kind
on.
of like afraid to turn it on. That's exactly right. The lights. It's a nice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We have a little mini kitchen out there, just a little refrigerator.
Very neat.
All set?
Yeah, when you're ready to turn the lights on.
heading down there next. Do you have your key for the concession stand?
Yeah.
Would you open it for me when you go back? No problem. I didn't bring my keys with me.
We get there.
That's just a few. We don't have room for all of them. Because
Well, yeah.
you
Light
know
bills
what?
are not free.
I tell you, that's absolutely right.
And Anderson's cost of utilities can be a little bit expensive.
Let me think here. Let me show you the main theater first. If you want to go up to the mezzanine, which is the balcony, you can.
Okay.
Watch your step here. I'll take you in through this way as if you were coming in through the end. Let me show you our courtyard first. This is what we have. This is our courtyard. And like, it's shrinking all the time because of COVID. We had to put in more concession stand area and spread people out.
Right.
Here's some more pictures over there, and samples of the organ pipes and stuff, how you have to tune them. And these are our main restrooms. And that office was, we call it our vice president's office now, because Pence had his office in this corner for like 10 years.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was in politics here in Indiana. He was a congressman for 10 years. So.
Yep.
And we're, right now we're just getting geared up. At the end of the month, we're going to start having events here.
You got.
Your website should be as unique as your company. Contact us here at Metro Media Funding Solutions. We build websites. We build them custom. We build them right here in Indiana. 317-649-0110 or go online to metromediafunding.com. Don't wait. Call us today. 317-649-0110. We'll take care of your website and take care of you. Financing is available, so call us right now.
Have an event list? Things that are coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. I'll get one. I'm gonna have to email it to you. 'Cause
That's fine.
It changes.
Yeah.
We've moved 30 to 60 days for a year now,
Right.
and we've had to actually cancel some things. Hello.
How you doing?
That's Jim.
How you doing, Jim?
He's the one that takes care of Charlie.
Is Charlie behaving himself today? Good.
Okay, this goes into the theater, but let's go in through the main doors, hit your video. The Anderson Symphony has their office here as well. This is our entrance. And here we are. When the company out of Milwaukee refurbished this 30 years ago, they were so impressed with the theater that they donated the gold that is on the ceiling. That's gold, what's it called? Gold plate or something.
Gold plated, yeah.
Well, it's not plated, it's a thing that they stamp on. But they just spent so much time on that. And as you will see, if you've been to a theater lately, you know what the biggest moneymaker for a theater is?
Concessions.
The lobby. And this was built in '29 with a small lobby. So that's why we split up the concessions out there. Do you want to come on in here just take a look at this? This is our concession stand. And we're doing a lot of remodeling right now, as I mentioned. We're expanding some things, but it's just a cute little concession stand. We have some products sometime. But
There's George Smith's CD right there too.
yeah. Here, this is some interesting stuff. We have 30, 35, and 70 millimeter projectors and 16 millimeter. If you look at this, it's kind of interesting. I was up there, we're cleaning out because we're hoping to get a digital projector in. And I found this original film of Singing in the Rain. And my standing joke is, I hope we didn't just rent it, because it's been here for probably 40, 50 years.
Yeah,
and that's an
Blockbuster.
original 60
Yeah,
millimeter
Blockbuster might be
Singing
after
in
you.
the Rain. And And it tells here how the foundation bought the theater for $1 before the wrecking ball could take it down. It's all on our website if you want to read up on something.
Yeah, we'll definitely make sure we drop a link for that too.
Some old, it's just AndersonParamount.org. Some old projectors, and then we have the big torched projectors up in the booth, and we also have 2 platter projections in the basement. We never used those. Why we got them, I don't know. But this is our concession stand. Here's the typical 70mm reel. It's quite large.
Yeah.
And of course now, acetate, you don't see it anymore. It's too flammable and everything's digital.
Right.
There are a few theaters that still try to do it. There's one, I think, in Franklin, Indiana that tries to still shoot film. Let's go in this side. We call this the wow tour because when you walk in, you'll go, wow. And then when you go down to the front and look back, you'll see why everybody.
Oh, I love this place. I've seen a couple of things out here. Absolutely.
This is our
Absolutely love
process. We're busy remodeling. We just did, with cameramen and everything nowadays, all the technology, we just didn't have room. So we had to take out 1 row of seats, and we're busy making this a little more roomy for our technical crew.
Okay.
Just a little story. About 12 years ago, we had some water damage, and that whole corner and the ceiling was just ruined. Just this year, we got a loan from the Indiana Landmarks people, and we had a plasterer come in from Chicago who made molds of that side.
To be able to remodel.
And 3 weeks later, came down and mounted that.
That. is
And then
brilliant.
then the company, there was a guy that came in, he lives in Texas, but he travels all over the nation painting, and he absolutely duplicated. It's unbelievable.
You can't tell the difference.
It's amazing. And so they got that done. We had to get a loan. It took us 12 years to get it done. As you can see, we're roped off for COVID,
Right.
but we're getting ready to open up a little bit. We're getting the green light to do that. The theme of this theater is a Spanish courtyard at night. A Spanish courtyard at night.
Spanish courtyard at night.
Yes. And as you, a lot of people think it's Italian, but it's considered a Spanish courtyard at night. You see those baffles up there?
Yes.
And those baffles, that's for our pipe organ. And we'll go upstairs and I'll show you that we are right now repairing both chambers. So that chamber has the pipes out that you'll see up in the rows, and we still have the south chamber to do. You can see it when it's not torn up, and you can take a picture of that if you want. Absolutely. This is our page pipe organ. One of 3 remaining page pipe organs that we think are still in existence. One is at the embassy in Fort Wayne. The other one is at Catalina Island. Why it's in Catalina Island, I don't know. But those are the 3 page pipe organs. And these are legitimate theater pipe organs. They're quite a bit different than a church pipe organ. Very, like a think of a carnival and a calliope. These are more like a calliope, a lot of air. And you'll see those vents pop open and shut when the organ's playing.
Oh, wow.
And I can't play it because we're turning it down.
Right.
We're just getting ready to go back to the early years. There used to be a lift over here where the organ would come up out of the ground while it was playing, you know, for a movie and everything. We're going to put one in the middle here. We're just now doing the paperwork on it. We got a person that donated the money to us to do that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's not cheap. But now we'll be able to store the piano and the organ under the stage, which frees up room because this is an old theater and we don't have many wings. It's hampered us from being able to do Broadway shows because we don't have enough wings for props. But slowly and surely we're getting ready to make some changes here.
Well, I think what we're going to do from the funded project for you guys is that we're going to produce a full-fledged commercial for you guys to show the community that you're coming back, that you can share on social media. And that, of course, is gifted to you guys from the funded project.
Good. Well, that'll be great. And that's why we pulled everything out for you. We just had the piano repaired. It had some big gashes on it. Boy, it's not cheap to repair.
We're going to want to go up there and take a look at all of this and actually see what the view is from the stage.
Take a picture of the organ. Now, if you turn around while I got your attention. Jerry? Well, we can't do it. Never mind. Our lighting console's down because we're repairing the tech room. But we have 220 stars. You can see some of them up here.
What do you want?
Those are, the stars in the back aren't on, but don't worry about it. Let me try another one.
All righty.
How tall is that up there?
I think it's about 80 feet. I know we're getting ready to fly speakers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to put chain hoists up there, and we're going to have to drill new holes so we'll have more than just that cluster. I think it's about 50, 60 feet to the top of the Partheum or whatever they call it. We're hoping to get some new curtains. That's a firewall. We had to use the firewall to put the P on because we didn't have enough money to do anything else right now.
Let's go up here and take a look at the stage.
Okay. Go ahead and
Stage.
We find it. There's a lot more lights that are like atmosphere lights.
Oh yeah.
And when you sit out here in the audience, above the Parthenon here, the show starts at 7:30 and it's like sunset. And in over 5 minutes, the lights dim down to.
Oh wow.
Used to have cloud machines in the early days. We found one of the cloud machines. We aren't sure how it works. It would just, during a performance, the clouds would be moving across the ceiling. Those lights that you see, the bigger ones, those are not considered stars. Those are more like work lights. But we have a whole bunch of, we just put like 220 some stars back in the sky earlier last year. Don't worry about it, Jerry.
So you can see all the curtain mechanisms.
Yeah, here's the full Still manual.
Oh, it's still all manual.
Yep, still all manual, not electric. We have 10 dressing rooms downstairs that are pretty unique. If you want to go down and see those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna take a look at that organ first.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that first. That's fine.
Yeah. That is absolutely
All right.
beautiful.
Go ahead and get the organ. The organ I could play is even the pipes are gone, so I can't even do that. So. The piano, and this is considered the paper. It has 3 ranks. We have just right around 1,000 pipes, and as you'll see when we go upstairs, it's got a complete drum set. It's got xylophones. It's got. This is a, like I said, a theatrical for back in the vaudeville days. You've got train whistles, bird whistles, doorbells, all those sound effects that you would see in a silent movie are on this organ.
What's amazing is that is a full body experience to play that. That is a workout.
Well, that's George's. I mean, George, there's a picture out in the lobby I'll let you see. George is our main man when it comes to playing this organ. I don't know how he gets up and down off his seat sometimes. Bless his heart, you know, he broke his shoulder and everything.
Right.
This is a real nice. The sound is just, when it starts playing, it's amazing. I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning right now because we decided to fix it. What really happened was the chambers, the plaster was starting to fall. And it was
Into the
falling,
chambers.
yeah. And so we didn't want to damage anything, so we're going to take all the plaster out and just paint the ceiling and the walls, put in new air conditioning HVAC units to keep the temperature at around 70 degrees, I think it is.
So that way they can actually
So they-
operate a performance.
Yeah. And then shortly we'll be able to come right out of the stage like we used to do in the old days and then put him right back down. Plus we've made this section will be wide enough that we can also take the piano downstairs and store it. I'll show you where that is. Let's go check
Yeah, that. All right.
I'll even take you down a little bit. I'll take you down the dark side here in a minute.
Watch out, David.
So if we can set this down.
It says duck, not
Yes,
goose.
that's right. You're just getting We just finished doing a fresh coat of paint on this area down here. As you notice,
See, these are the dressing rooms right
these
here.
are the dressing rooms, and they're all color coded. This is kind of an orange, and there'll be a name tag here it'll have an orange name tag and a number. Over here's a green room. Down there we have purple room, pink room, all kinds of rooms. There's a couple of restrooms. Here's a purple room. This is a lime green room, and this is a blue room. So, and then each name tag, they'll have a number, it'll be the same color as the room. So,
That's brilliant.
yeah, that's our fan. Just something to try to spice the thing up. We do need to get some new carpet down here, but we don't have a budget for that right now. This is the room where we will house the organ and the piano. So we're gonna have to take these doors out. So there's room.
So we're technically under the stage right this moment.
This is the stage, yeah. We're under the stage. Can you believe this is how they did this? They used scaffolding to hold the front of the stage. And this is where the lift is going to go down. In order to do that lift, we're going to have to take these doors out and maybe even widen the doors a little bit.
I would imagine you would.
Yeah. But everything will come through here, and the organ fits through here when it's on its stand. And the jack will be here. It's going to be a scissor lift. And then we're going to redo the floor in maple instead of plywood. It's been plywood for 30 years.
Right.
So we're going to clean that.
Maple will be beautiful too. It'll just add to it.
Yeah. Well, right now we've only budgeted to do that one, just, I can't remember. Just that front section, the curved part. But we'll make it, eventually get the floor done. We'll probably slide the organ back in there for the piano. This isn't too much a dressing room, it's just a story room. Let me get these lights.
It'll be the organ room.
Yep.
The organ and piano room.
And I'll show you where like I said, it's kind of a calliope type organ. And I can't fire it up because the pipes are down. But I'll show you the air handler. It's a big turbine in here. This is the turbine that should. You turn on the organ and that thing just starts forcing air, and it goes out through these cables to each of the chambers between the air and the electric. That's how everything is played. It's amazing. I don't know how they do it. A guy named Carlton Smith put it all together.
So that forces the air for the pipe.
That's
organs.
just that's the air that goes to the pipes to make the air go through the pipes. Yeah.
That is brilliant.
It's amazing. I'm gonna check that thermostat while we're down here because it feels a little cooler down here. Always keeping an eye on those kind of things, you know.
Well, you have to because that's.
Yeah. And now my biggest decision. What is it? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's all right. I have two big decisions. Two of my biggest decisions during the year is when to switch from boiler to chiller, because it's 18 to 20 valves that have to be shifted in the building, and it looks like I'm gonna have to do it pretty quickly. Just as a little surprise, I'll show you this. This is our electrical room. All the electricity comes through here. We just added 4 lines when we did the tech room. 8 years ago, this flooded. The water line, you can see, was up to here.
Yep.
All this was flooded. We had to replace all this stuff. And now we have we have what we call water bugs. If water gets above a certain level, the alarm goes off. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
This I'll show you. Well, this is just a room. We don't use sprinklers. But this is the unique room.
I like it.
It's like Frankenstein's basement.
It is definitely like Frankenstein's basement.
This is the water. This is the drain that recirculates. But I want you to come get a picture of this. This is the original heater for hot water. It's an old gas heater. See the rings, they would get real hot and the water would run through those pipes. Now we've got an electric heater, as you can see how humidity just ruins them. This was the holding tank, but that's pretty unique, isn't it?
That is.
That's a unique.
You're not going to see that anyplace else.
I don't think so.
That is very unique.
And then, let me show you one more thing down here.
You've got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to prove. You just keep being you. You are beautiful. There's a light in your eyes that sparkles when you smile, and the way that it shines is beautiful. Light the flame and burn it bright. Let it explode like dynamite. Before you even know it, you're gonna set the world.
Yeah, definitely.
I always bring my cell phone with me when I come down here.
Right, just in case you get trapped in one of these
Yeah.
dungeon style type rooms.
This is our air handler. Right now it's off. And be careful with your step here. But to heat the theater, all the air,
Maybe you'll make it out, you're gonna be alright.
I'll be all right. Be careful. That trap door right there, the floor of the theater is on top, and there's another whole floor below it. And that whole area is the conduit that air gets into the theater. Air comes up through the floor, is sucked through the top and brought back around through here. Brought back around. There's our filter. Then all the air comes through here, goes back in to here. In the summertime, the pipes I'll show you are cold. In the winter, they're hot. And that's how we heat the place. It takes about 48 hours to move it a degree or two if the weather's really challenging.
Right.
But that's the way they build it, and it still works. And here's a shot of the air handler. You can look at it that way, or you can look at it in here. It really is, it's surprising. The weather. Here's a shot you might want to get here. That's the air handler. It's not on right now, but all it does is moves air. There's 4 belts that keep it moving over there, and that's the motor. Look at the old electronics for this place. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
This door probably weighs a good 80.
Yeah, I'd say. But that's about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. That whole air handler is what moves air through the theater. In other words, we can't just turn on a thermostat.
No, it's not instant gratification. Not going to be instant gratification to heat a whole.
Okay. I thought I'd show you that.
That is actually really awesome. Glad you did.
We have 2 sources of water. We use well water for that. It's our well, which saves us money because city water is very expensive. We have city water for our drinking fountains, things like that. So that's a little bit of the file. We have some more to show you, but don't worry about that right now. Underneath the concession stand is where the chiller is. The boiler is underneath our offices on the other side. So we have 3 or 4 basic basements that we deal with. I'll turn on the work lights if you don't mind for the dressing room.
Oh yeah.
We just put in some LED lights because, number one, this is as bright as it gets. We need more light when we're cleaning the floor. We're also starting to repair the floor and paint the floor here. You can tell where we stopped. See these vents? These are the vents that the air comes through, either cold or warm. This is a pretty good sized room to try to keep that.
So how many people does this theater sit?
As of right now, our current number is
1,445. 1,445 seats. We lost 13 when we did this, but we really had to do this.
Right.
Let me get the lights. More so nobody will stumble in anything. Come on. Marble steps and landings, brass rails, stuff we couldn't afford today. Women's restroom, men's restroom. That door goes to the Marquis Room. That's the Marquis Room we were just in. So this is the landing between the main floor and the mezzanine. Then we go up to the balcony here.
See how you're doing on that. How you doing? It's not showing.
You all right, time?
No, we're just checking his battery.
Okay. You got 5 minutes left?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. I'll show you the one that we're working on first. You see, we had to build boxes to lay the pipes in so we wouldn't get them confused. Sousaphone, the other ones are labeled on the other end. There's some of our drum kit. 2 drum kits, we have a gong, we have cymbals, tambourines, you name it. Since you're walking that way, go on down and turn to the right. I think these doors are unlocked.
Much I can sound up here. Yeah.
If you want to go up and see the projection, go up that door, the stairs right there to your left.
Okay.
And you'll see the big old projectors back in there. It's a lot of stair climbing,
That's okay.
and I'll meet you down here.
Okay. So, this is a pretty steep staircase right here. Watch that railing right here because it's a little loose. But you can see all the old projectors. Now they have the reels to go through them. And of course the spotlight. That is really neat. Wow. Technicolor, huh? So I take it these are the storage cabinets for different movies when they were not in use. It is very warm up here. All right.
Saw the two,
Yeah, the 2 projectors up there. Watch your stairs.
yeah, I always wondered, last night I told the board of directors, I'm surprised we don't have handrails on some of these bits. I'm gonna give you a workout to do, right?
That definitely did. That's all right though. Totally worth it.
We're about done.
Totally worth it. Definitely enjoying this.
When the man painted the ceiling, the clouds in the ceiling, he was staying at a hotel. He had supper one night, and he was walking to his hotel, and he just took a picture of the sky, and for about 3 days, he lay on his back and
painted the clouds here. That's what he uses as an example for the clouds. You can barely see a little light behind, just below those speakers. Like that's as dim as they get, but they get real bright, and then as the show starts, they will get dim or dim down. Yeah, and there's a lot of electronics that we need to work on because some of it works sometimes and some of it doesn't. Okay, here's the south chamber, working chamber, and you can see how complicated it is.
Oh, wow.
See that green pipe there that comes in there? That's where the air is. It goes to those pipes over there. And there you've got a car siren and a police siren, you got a horn, you've got the xylophone, what do we have over here? Chimes are over here. That's what this chamber holds, and those are the slats that open right there on the left. They'll open up and that lets the sound out. A lot of times they just float because there's so much air coming out of the pipes.
Right.
So let me close this because this is dangerous. It goes down about 10 feet.
Oh, yeah. That'll ruin someone's day.
Definitely stub your toe.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I'll show you what all this.
I may be flat, but I don't bounce.
I imagine if we had to build today, this wouldn't be code.
Oh, I wouldn't imagine so either, but.
And all that stuff right there. So this over here, you see that here's the bell pipe. Here's the main drum. And all this is laying out here because we had to empty it. Even then, we didn't take everything out. Turn the lights on. And you can just see in there, we had to build a platform and we tapered everything off. And if you look at the ceiling, you can see the damage on the ceiling in there. And it was falling, all that plaster was falling down into the pipes. And so starting tomorrow, they're going to strip all that stuff off, scrape it, we'll repaint it, get the platforms out, hopefully put everything in right again.
Hopefully.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. It's a beautiful theater. I definitely appreciate what you've done with us here today, walking through and.
No problem. We love showing it. We do tours. We have people like, one group comes from Oklahoma, 2 buses there from Oklahoma every year. They couldn't come last year, of course.
Go to thefundedprojects.com to learn more. And if you are a small business in need of help, we want to hear your story. The world needs to hear your message. Thefundedproject.com. Together, we can save Main Street.